Hey guys,
What?
I need you to get your room cleaned up so we can do the tour.
Oh, Mom!
Welcome back to NOP. I am Kristen and this is my hubby John. We're No Ordinary Path, and this back here is Wendy, and you might have seen a tour of her before, but today we're bringing you a special tour after 1 year of living in her.
Wendy Tour 2.0.
2.0.
So what is Wendy? She is a Keystone passport, specifically by the numbers. This is a Keystone Grand Touring Ultra Lite 3350BH.
Come on inside and let me show you around. As we go through, I'm going to show you some things that we've added since our last tour video. Guess what? Same shirt, different tour. Now we are 13 months into our full-time living, so we have a few more hacks to add, and you'll see those pop up on the bottom as we go through our tour. This is a lived-in RV tour, because I know that some of you are looking at those full-time RV tours out there from people that have only been in their rig for a few weeks or maybe 3 months, like our first one was, and you want to know, what does it look like after you've lived in it for a while? First, we'll start with my kitchen. This is it. The sink does have covers. I generally store them inside my oven. As you can see, even though I just clean the sink out, I constantly get dishes added by my children, so it's just easier to keep them off. Another dish!
Yep, sorry, Mom.
We keep our silverware here instead of in a drawer because we only have 2 drawers in the entire rig. Here, we have plates, we have secret stashes of chocolate. They're kind of buried behind here. That's where our coffee mugs are and such. We like to keep water bottles inside our fridge. Not only do they stay cold and we don't need ice, but they stay out of the way and out of our cabinets. Down here in this cabinet, I have my 2 biggest appliances that I use in the kitchen. I have a bread maker, and yes, I use my bread maker. I love to make homemade bread. It's so much better for us, and it makes the whole rig smell really yummy. And then we have our Instant Pot. Down below we have this jumbled mess of cinder stuff. Also the alcohol, because why not? This is kind of like our little welcome center. We keep our keys up here, and then this is for wallets, and it's also a catch-all for all kinds of random things that get stuck up there. Do you want a really funny little tip that's quirky but oh so useful? It's this sticky, like rubbery kind of material, and you can wash it and then it gets sticky again. It's amazing. And I stick it on my oven all the time, and Chloe has my phone. But what I like to do, like if I'm cooking or something, I spend a lot of time standing over here for various reasons, and so I'll stick my phone right there and I can like watch a show, or I can look up recipes, and it's just right here in front of me while I'm cooking or washing dishes or whatever. My oven, this is how it normally looks when I'm not cooking in it. I have 1 cookie sheet, my 1 casserole dish, and then these are the lids for my sink. And I have a pizza stone that I keep under here. The Dometic refrigerator. And inside here, my best tips for the refrigerator are to use containers. A condiment container in here. We have gotten quite used to shopping once a week for our next week's needs, and it fits perfectly into our fridge. This is our freezer. One thing I miss is being able to buy meat in bulk and freeze it. We don't have the space for that. We don't even have space for ice. This Tupperware actually perfectly fits in the door of my freezer, and so when we do make ice, we can store it in here, which is nice. This is another cabinet under the sink here. On the bottom, we store all of our like cleaners and towels and such. And then up here, I've got like my kettle and like my pots and pans and stuff fit in here. This spice rack, it fits these organic seasonings from Walmart like perfectly. Down here, I've got like my cooking oils and vinegars and such, and there's some bowls in there. These are the only two drawers in the entire rig are right here. We have a utensil drawer, and then this is like our I don't know, food saving drawer. Another great tip is to utilize any way that you can to get things off of your counter. I am in love with our fruit basket. I love that our fruit is not hanging out on our counters anymore or inside our oven where I have to constantly move it when I want to cook something. This is our essential oil diffuser, and it used to have this really nice glass top over the top of it, but it shattered in one of our moves. So now we just use the plastic inside and it works just fine. Walkie-talkies in the rechargeable station right here, so when the kids go out they can take one with them and leave one here and we can have communication with them. Moving on to our dining area, which is completely different than our first tour. We completely tore out the booth. It was big and it was bulky, and quite honestly it had so much storage in it that we just put a bunch of clutter in there that we never used. We did keep one side of the booth. This is our IKEA table and we love it. It folds up nicely. This can fold all the way down so that you can have more room and more seating here. It's a lot more spacious in here, and if we're watching a movie or something, it gives us more room to just veg and lay out. The kids can lay on the floor here. It also folds all the way out so that we can put several chairs around it and have two kids sitting at the booth, and then we have 3 chairs. That way we have a lot of space to spread out our meals, and as soon as we're done with dinner we just clean it up and put it back. Inside our IKEA table we have these drawers, and we store like the kids' cups in there, to-go coffee cups, got like some more kind of thermosy cups down the bottom. An extension cord is hiding underneath our pillow because we don't have any outlets in the slide. It's kind of crazy. So what we do is we take this extension cord and we run it over the top of the door and over the slide into the kids' room so it's not in anybody's way. And that way we have power over here to our booth so I can work on the computer. We haven't started school yet, so I haven't gone through the homeschool seat over here, if you will. But I'm going to show you anyways because this is where we store our extra homeschooling activities, things like our bananagrams and the letters and the magnetic letters for Chloe, and we have like flashcards and books and dry erase things for the boys and for Chloe, and we have a whole box of school supplies and just a whole bunch of random things. We also have a printer. It's basically our office, the all-encompassing office seat.
I love doing crafts.
Before, we had a curved seating situation, and what I did was I took the cushion that was already here, which only went to about right there before it curved. I took the cushion from the other side and cut it so that it would fit the whole length here. This is actually the seat cushion cover of the other side of the bench, and literally I just shoved the cushions right inside. This is the old back cushion, and I just folded over. Someday I'm gonna cut it and re-sew it or something, but for now it works really well, and you can't tell, and it matches everything really nicely. And up here is kind of another messy cabinet, kind of just electronic stuff that gets put up there where the kids can't get to it very easily. I have everything labeled in here. We've got flashlights, batteries, and then all of this stuff is filming. On this side is our coat closet. There's also a box down here that has like gloves and hats and stuff in it. And in the bottom we keep our handheld vacuum cleaner, which is awesome and very handy to have. This is our living room space. It's this tiny little couch right here. Ta-da! It's also known as Cinder's bed. I don't know if it's actual leather, but it's leather-like material, so it's very easy to wipe down. Underneath, we store all of our bed linens for everyone. I think we have like one extra twin set that could rotate the kids' room, and I think we have one extra queen set in case we ever use this as a bed. Super uncomfortable. John and I have slept on this bed when my parents stayed with us and they took our bedroom, and so we have an extra set of queen sheets in case we ever need to use this bed. You don't want to see underneath it like Cheerios and dog hair down there, but you can imagine how that handheld vacuum comes in real handy for that. Let me just turn you just a little bit there. Over here is our entertainment area, and this is where we used to keep our computers, but over the year, I don't even know if I should open this. It has become a catch-all for paperwork. If you're using your RV TV and it sounds awful, which it probably does because they never put high-quality ones in the RVs, we have an external speaker. We have these USB ports that are back in here. We didn't know about that for months. So even when the RV is not plugged into power, these USB ports work. They're 12 volt. So you can still charge things back there. And so it's always plugged into this speaker, and it has now become our sound bar. Okay, we're gonna try this. Yesterday, we had fun filming a little fun family event outside. Mama hurt her knee by playing with Nerf gun. A worthy cause to be sure, but now I am in a lot of pain. But luckily it matches my outfit, right? This is one of our school cabinets. They each had 3 or 4 books. This year they'll only have 2 each. So all their school books are gonna go in one bin, and these come out, these bins. I got them at the Container Store, and they are the perfect size. And then this one down here, these are like activities for the boys. They're like older kid activities that can keep them busy for quiet times when there's no electronics. Inside this cabinet is Chloe's cabinet. One of my tips would be to not be afraid to screw into your wall. Now, do some research, make sure where you're screwing into the wall is okay to do so. It's been so nice because we actually got to mount a bookshelf or a book caddy onto the wall that we use for homeschool purposes. Now we are going through the hallway into John and I's bedroom. I have a guitar in here, and then I have my clothes, and I'm constantly weeding out clothes that I don't like or don't wear anymore. Another clothing closet cabinet. The middle one is also mine. John's cabinets, his closet over here. Never grow up, and also never buy white pillows. And no bedroom is complete without artwork from my children. There are 2 entrances to our bathroom. One of them is here in our bedroom. It's like got this sliding door. And then there's another entrance in the hallway. This is our bathroom, and this is my lovely shower, which you know how I feel about this shower. It also doubles as our laundry room. This is where our laundry is housed. You can see I need to go to the laundromat. We love, these are Turkish towels. They dry super fast, they're pretty absorbent, and they're huge, and we can use them for the beach or use them for baths, and we love them. This is our bathroom cabinet, and we put these little rods in here to keep things from falling out. This is a towel rack that we just put over the top, which is perfect for our little hand towels, and we never found a good toilet paper roll holder, so we're classy. I'm going to show you one of the things that I came up with myself. We made our own shoe caddy, which served as an extension to our bed to also help support our mattress. By putting in the shoe caddy, it actually extended it like about this much so that the mattress no longer dips on the end, which is really nice. Okay, so this is what I get when I go show another part of the house and I come back. Cinder, you messed up my pillows again. I'm losing my mind. Hey boys, is your room ready? So the room is not spotless. Is it ever? I mean, really. We are now entering a Pinterest-free zone. Behind me, this is the kids' room. Hardest room in the house to keep clean. I'm gonna show you anyways, so come on in. This is the kids' room. This is the bunkhouse. Here is Chloe's bunk. It's like a toddler crib railing. It's really nice because you can fold it all the way down and slide it underneath the mattress. This is, you guessed it, this is Aaron's bed. He has the emergency window exit. This is an IKEA like topper. It's not a real shelf. It like goes on top of a desk, but it works really well there. So Ethan's bed is up here. Inside the wardrobe, this is the shoe container. The kids were storing shoes in them, and now the shoes are kind of getting thrown wherever because this didn't work out so well. This is their TV, and it pulls out. It is hinged. We made this ourselves and mounted on the inside there. And it swings out so that the kids can still get into their sloppy dressers. Chloe's clothes are over here. You can see her shoe caddy over here is being utilized, but you can tell it's coming apart also. So wherever you think you're going to do homeschool, just plan on not doing homeschool there. We bought this desk so that the kids could sit down there and somebody could work in here. And honestly, it very rarely gets used. If it gets used, it's because I'm trying to separate the kids, and over the summer we haven't used it at all except for to hold the fan. What happens a lot of time is this is their like safe haven. This is the place where they play and they watch whatever shows they want to watch, or they play on the Xbox. So this room is really more of a relaxation getaway for the kids and less of a let's get to work and work on school room. This is Chloe's ladder, and I designed this. These are 1x1 pieces of wood. The ladders for RV bunk beds are usually pretty expensive. They're big, they come out way far into the room, and I didn't want to pay for one. So I did my own measurements and I came up with the perfect size, and I bought these boards and I had them cut them for me. If you know your measurements, you can have somebody help you cut them to sizes if you don't have a saw, or if you don't want to saw them yourself like me. But this is my favorite part, is the back. These are the hooks that I use to hook onto her bed. Coat hooks that you put on a wall. But I just had John screw them on upside down. During the school year, I like to put what we're doing that day on the whiteboard, or I can write a message. You write a phrase and you underline a letter, and then at the bottom they have to like write out all the letters that were underlined, and it has a secret message for them. It's really fun. And here is our second bathroom, otherwise known as the kids' bathroom. What we love about having a second bathroom is this second entry. This is kind of our mud room when it's really yucky outside. The thing about our bathroom that I wanted to point out is to not be afraid to cut into the wall or customize your rig to your own needs. So we cut a hole into the wall and we covered it up with a cabinet door from the old booth. We use a shower curtain rod. We have one in each bathroom, and that way when we do laundry inside the rig, we can dry it on hangers on these rods. Okay, so that's the inside. Let's go check out the outside.
This is one of the reasons that we picked out Wendy as the extended season camping, which means that her underbelly is enclosed and covered, and that there's forced air down underneath of it. When we run the heater, that's what keeps the underside warm. Those air ducts that are heated run down and around all of the tanks as well, which keeps the tanks from freezing. Even though we have this, if we do ever stay anywhere in the winter time that is a true cold climate, we'll probably still skirt her and all that kind of stuff too.
This is a table that we always set up everywhere we go, and it does not normally have this beautiful quilt on it. This is a special quilt of ours, and we put it here just for this video to make it look nice. We have paint all over it, and it's a filthy looking table. Our gas can, this is our Coleman grill that we don't use very often anymore. We have a propane tank, and then our generator is over here, and we cable them all together and lock them up.
The generator is a fairly expensive piece of equipment that is super valuable to us. We're out and about, these things get locked up in the car, or sometimes even in Wendy. This is obviously the outdoor kitchen, right? And this is where we also chronicle our fun parks and places that we have been. Got our fridge and our drinks, and we usually put like LaCroix and stuff inside of there. 2-burner stove, propane. It does hook into the mainline propane, and just the water here too. There are little wings on each side of this that come out. I very rarely use this. It's not very efficient in transferring the heat. It takes a long time to heat stuff up and it blows out. So what we do use is one of my Father's Day presents, which is in here. This is where we keep the Blackstone. What we generally do is I'll take it out of there and take it over to our table without the quilt, of course, and grill right there. Snack box. It has the kid, like, well, it's not just for the kids. I eat animal crackers too, guys. Oh yeah, it's lockable. That's important. This trailer does come with a nice basement space. There is a bunch of storage in this. It is a pass-through. It goes all the way through to the other side. And yeah, you could shove a surprising amount of things in there. It has all the hitch parts to it, kids stuff. We've got a stroller in there, swim toys in there, and on the other side is where I keep all of the stuff like tarps, sewage stuff, all of our, hoses and things like that, and just generally my tools from our toolbox video. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out up here. There are 2 bathrooms. What that does mean is that there are 2 black tanks, there are 2 gray tanks, there's 1 large freshwater tank. So in this trailer behind us, you've got 5 tanks to manage. It's really not too bad. You get a couple sets of sewer hose and a Y connection, and it's really not that tough to set up.
Welcome to our outdoor living room. When we stay anywhere for 2 weeks or more, generally, we like to get this guy out. It is a mosquito net. If you leave it closed too long, then you get bugs inside that are trapped and they can't escape. Come on in. Underneath this table, which, by the way, this table becomes our cover for the generator when we're boondocking. That is my washer, my washing machine and spin dryer. A lot of times we store it inside in the bathrooms, but right now we're storing it out here because we can actually do our laundry out here. We plug it into, we have a splicer, and we just plug it in right out here, and then we can drain it right back into our septic system, and then we can hang dry our clothes out here. So it's not ideal for a ton of laundry, but it does really great for a little bit of scrubs and things like that. You can see the boys' arsenal here.
This is cool right here. You know what this is for?
This wraps up our final video in our 1 year wrap up series. I gotta go take care of that and get them back. Check out the rest of our 1 year wrap up series up here, and be sure to tune in next week as we take you on a adventure through the Pacific Northwest.
You hit me in the face, I'm gonna be mad.
Don't worry, I can't figure out how to shoot it.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Why you're killing your husband?
You're the worst.